up. I'm all set.
Nice. All right, what up, everybody? It's another installment of the RCFM weekly broadcast, podcast, whatever the fuck it is. We got Sean, who's going to be more here this week, and Arthur's actually here this week. Bears and Titans. We got the Titans offering Cameron Jordan a 7-year deal. Just making it rain. What if he plays for the whole 7 years? What are you going to do?
If he plays all 7 years, be happy to have him. He's a good veteran presence in the locker room.
So fuck up. He'd be like 7 years from now, he'd be 39 years old. His last year on the contract, he'd be 39 years old, 62 overall.
Well, you know what?
I feel like that just fits into the Titans' mantra.
Over the last 3 seasons, he's had more sacks than the season before it. So if he's going to do that for the next 7, man, I'll take it.
So old linebackers go to Nashville to retire, or old DMs, not linebackers, old DMs.
Chance to play alongside Jarrell Casey and Calais Campbell. You know he's going to love that. Michael Brockers, come on.
Yeah, I mean, how many are you going to run? 7 defensive linemen out there?
They're going to play shuffleboard together and whatever the fuck old people do.
Enjoy country music.
Yeah, it worked.
We've got talk about poll time. Breaking news right now on the podcast.
What? Poll? Finally? Draft poll?
That's asking, we're finally talking about the poll time, so we should have some more info.
Well, that's good. I mean, by the time everybody else hears this, the draft poll better fucking be up. Otherwise, we're looking for your replacement. So, Bears. Arthur, how did your free agency go? Did you get everybody you wanted?
I still have some open bids. I got some depth. Let's see, what the hell is this guy's name?
What the hell is this guy's name? You don't make an intimate connection with your free agent signings?
I haven't had a chance
to everybody.
I haven't had a chance to roster bait yet, so
that's why they didn't sign with you.
Emerald Mays. Kind of looks like a record to me though, but he's listed as left end. We'll see. Probably won't get any playing time behind Khalil Mack, but I just like his ratings.
Hey, you gotta have the depth. I mean,
yep,
important. You never know. Somebody goes down.
That's my only signing as of now. We'll see what happens.
I signed a ton of depth. I mean, like I said earlier, last season I didn't have 53 on my roster all year. This season I expect to.
I think I rode with 47 last year.
You had 47, I imagine. I mean, you make it rain on people, and then you can't afford to fill your roster.
Damn.
I have no money whatsoever.
No money whatsoever.
But I'm telling you what, we're having a lot of fun over here, and that's what's important.
Yeah,
this is where you kind of separate the good GMs from the not so good ones this late in the cycle.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, I mean, and
manage their funds and who can't.
Like with me, because I created a coach. I don't know why I created a coach. But I don't have control of any of that other shit, so I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, no, it does not matter for me so far.
They're not like, oh, you better get this out of control. They're like, oh, fuck you guys, I'm good. I'm just here to coach. I won a Super Bowl. You're not gonna fucking fire me because you're broke. Get out of here. Where I'm from, if you win a Super Bowl, you get a road named after you, goddammit. That's true. Oh, Doodle, RCFM draft poll live. Live looking. Opening it. Slow as shit because my computer's garbage. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If we fucking draft on Sunday and it's Monday, I'm not going to be happy. I can only draft Wednesday. Just kidding. And start. What is it? 7 or 8 p.m. What is that? What is the actual start time?
Mommy's running. Oh, come. Mommy's running. One thing. One mommy. One thing, mommy.
Only you and Bradford Pond can see your vote. Is that his real name? Is it really Bradford? Because it is. It's fucking awful.
Breaks here on the podcast. Brad's real legitimate first name is Brad.
Well, and that's funny because back in the day, me and another buddy used to play 2K with Billy, the Bills kind of owner, and his real name is Billiford. It's fucking wild. So, I mean, maybe they're brothers.
That is fucking wild.
But yeah, voted for that. Just closed the wrong tab. Hopefully it doesn't close down the podcast. Doesn't look like it did. So, I got my son in here yelling at you guys too. Apologize for that. But I signed pretty much everybody. How do you guys think the playoffs went? How did you feel about? I know Bears, you guys had your game simmed that one, but I feel like you're kind of kicking his ass every time you guys played up until you DC'd.
I mean, let's just leave it at it was, and then people like pressuring us and shit, like we aren't trying to get it in, which we were.
Yeah, I mean that's just a tough situation.
I understand it,
but I think it was handled well. I think it's unfortunate that it had to be a playoff game.
I know, but listen, after 5 times,
Yeah, I mean, what else do you do? Yeah. But I feel like from what I saw, I watched every time. I feel like you would have advanced. So at least that was the right way.
Appreciate that. I wasn't too surprised to see Bucks take it to the Super Bowl and come out on top. Man, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he does next year if he can defend. Because I know right now he's trying to trade for Telvin Smith from me. Like we have a trade submitted. So that's another good player going over there. He signed a few guys in free agency. I know that for sure. Sean, you could verify that because you said you got it open. But I think he's going to be dangerous again. But fucking Senior with Mixon and Zeke and that offense, I think he signed a wide receiver too, maybe.
Yeah, Corey Coleman.
Yeah, so
he's got low-key good ratings too. So
I seen Joe signed a running back. Somebody else. I'm just trying to come off the top of the head. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Not sure exactly. I just kind of flipped through before I came back. I got my computer back here, my Xbox back here today.
Big signings for the Bucks were Jaquiski Tart overall, and he also took Jerick McKinnon, as was mentioned earlier, and Rashard Matthews at wide receiver.
Rashard Matthews. What about the Panthers?
Wayne Gallman Jr. Was the running back that he took.
He's got good trucking.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be a good addition behind McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Different change of speed guy, somebody that, like you said, will run you over. So I mean, it looks like everybody in the NFC is making upgrades. I know the Vikings guy is looking for a quarterback. Giants guy's back. Y'all got your work cut out for you over there. You got a lot of competitors.
7 free agents. 6 of the top 7 were signed by NFC teams.
Yeah. And you got Cam. That was the 7th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys are all spending money. I think in the AFC, I think we all kind of spent our money up already. I know I don't got shit for cap space. I know all of our defenses are fucking loaded, so all them guys are getting paid. We all got pretty much garbage quarterbacks. Oh, no, that's just me. But George got Andy Dalton back. That's good to see. Going to keep him being not as much of a threat. Brad, I can't believe Brad beat Mikey. I can't. I thought he was going to beat the Chargers, but Baby Gate.
That game was kind of interesting to watch too. I think there's some composure that just kind of lost and led to some poor play calling at the end there. Not the last Patriots drive, though. I think they ran the ball once.
I think it was a game managing issue too. You know, there was some I don't know. I would have handled some of the timing a little differently.
Yeah, definitely not the best clock management by the Patriots.
Yeah.
But D-Hop making a fucking superhero catch.
Oh my goodness. Was it triple coverage or double?
Triple.
Yeah.
I mean, players are gonna make plays. That's why they play the game, and that's why it's fun to watch. I mean,
that was incredible.
You know, that's why, like, you know, the streams are what make a good league, because people want to watch these games. They don't just want to see a score, you know?
Definitely.
Like, shit, football's over for us. This is, you know, till we die this year, you know? I mean, it's not over for them Patriot fans, but
we're looking pretty strong so far, though, I gotta say.
Yeah. I'm interested to see in the AFC if the Colts can get in the playoffs. They have been, I think, probably in the AFC, they have probably a top 5 record in the years, all the years over all the owners, and I don't think they've been in the playoffs once.
Wow.
All their owners, yeah, that's a good point.
And I mean, dude, I can't beat the Colts, no matter who the owner is. That Leon kid kicked my ass. This guy beat me twice. Can't beat the Colts. I don't know why. So, I mean, I count that as 2 losses every year. I'm excited to see schedules. I really hope I get to play Sean week 1 again.
The schedules are going to be interesting because I believe that the AFC South will play the NFC West, which means I get to play Cardinals, which is something that I'm looking to a lot.
Yeah, he's been begging for that.
I'm ready to meet the challenge, man. I'm looking forward to getting a little.
So he's definitely not going to be counting this next year as his year then, because that's 4 losses in his ledger.
It's going to take 3 out of 4 losses against us. Yeah, that's true.
But that should be fun. And I mean, I'm happy about that because I think that's probably one of the weakest NFC divisions.
Yeah, we'll probably steamroll right through most of those guys. Jared will pick his fight.
Right. And I don't, who's the Rams?
Rams is Raza, who was actually really good the first season, but has kind of significantly dipped since then.
Yeah, I think he's a kind of like a person he doesn't have his head in it all the time. If he has a head in it, he can be good. Kind of like Allen. There's no excuse for Allen to be 3 and whatever he was this last year. Other than...
Yeah, I'd like to see a return of the Packers-Bears rivalry there. Last year kind of wasn't non-existent because Green Bay didn't really have much of a season going for.
Right. And I mean, and the Vikings mixed in there as well. I really think the argument now of who's better, the AFC or the NFC, I think if we look at it, the NFC is better.
My vote's...
Yeah, I mean...
Those users are just way more, I don't know.
They've got, I mean, with Senio coming back, the Buccaneers showing us who he really is after the first season missing the playoffs, and I mean, nobody really knew. I mean, Arthur, you're always there. Jared's always there. Joe's always there. Eagles are always there. We got the Giants who missed the playoffs. The Vikings who missed the playoffs, both with 10 wins. I mean, besides Michael and the AFC South, and the Chargers and George. I mean, that's pretty much been the playoffs. Michael had one down here. Buddy.
Yeah, it's definitely there's talent on both sides. I mean, I think both sides have a division that are completely out of it, and both sides have divisions where three of the four teams, if not all four teams, are competing. Um, but yeah, man, I want to get some more interesting playoff matchups, so that'd be cool. So far, a lot of them have been kind of what you'd expect.
Right. It's well, I mean, this playoffs with Brad doing what he did. I think that was great. I think it was great to watch, and you mentioned it the last time we were on here.
I was surprised about that.
Me too, but it was great to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I was rooting for him. I'm not gonna lie.
I
wanted him in the bowl.
We're basically a race to be the last person to play George and hopefully beat him. I mean, that's what it came down to. Like, George beats you. He goes to me. He beats me. I mean, I'll give Brad and the thing with the Patriots and Texans too is that's a matchup where any one of us you could substitute, whether it's Titans Texans or Jaguars Patriots or Patriots Jaguars. That would have been a great game either way. Unfortunately, I think it was actually kind of interesting to see George. I think the impressive run was George just kind of end the year kind of slaughtering everyone.
I thought.
Yeah.
I think he has the power to kind of turn it on whenever he wants. He's not very good in the pocket, I've noticed this playoffs, which surprised me for how getting to the Super Bowl and being so poor of a pocket quarterback. He drops back a lot and takes heavy sacks, but when he wants to, dude, he could slice up a defense when he wants to, and his defense is hard to score against. It's tough.
I think for me, the biggest reason I struggle against him is the defense. He throws some stuff at you that you don't see very often. I see, a lot of vanilla stuff against. I mean, I feel like pretty much everybody's throwing vanilla stuff at me, and George is coming out and it's next level shit. And I don't know why. I feel like everybody else, it's kind of not a problem. But I mean, Charlie
takes to dethrone him, if you will, and to kind of oversee him is just to have. I mean, I held him to 12 points and I still fucking lost. All I have to do is score one touchdown and I win the game. So it's definitely you get past his defense and you have a team that has the ability to make some clutch plays in the moment. He's definitely beatable, and he looked more beatable winning the last 3 games than I think he has in a long time, which is odd, but could be interesting to set up this next season.
Yeah, that's really true. It's crazy. He didn't look good beating you or Brad.
Offensive point of view, like I don't. He's the. I think, I think Mikey and Brad even probably have the more exciting and more watchable offenses. But if you can't score points, it doesn't matter. And that's what he did. He held all of us to low points and got himself to the Super Bowl.
Don't break.
And turned himself into the potential RCFM Buffalo Bills, which was a topic I foreshadowed in chat. With the strength of the NFC showing itself now in our 4th season, George representing us in 2 in the AFC. I mean, there's a potential chance he goes back to another one, and we could see the same result this year. And I think it's just because his team is not good, right?
Not at all.
Or can he just not win the big one? I shouldn't have about George. I'm going to give him fuel, and then he's going to fucking destroy me. But it's more fun. He might not listen either.
But that offense gets him in trouble, man. So like I said, he's a few years around the league drop back.
Is he a real contender, or is he just who gets there and doesn't win? who's that quarterback? And I mean, fucking Andy Dalton, right? That's the Bengals in a nutshell.
I don't think George needs the best players to win. I think he's, of everyone in the league, I think his biggest strength and what he's strongest in is he's just knowledge of the game and being able to recognize coverages and to call the right plays and the right audibles to kind of beat where you. That's why I think to beat him, something that Mikey and I talked about a lot and both used against him, and Mikey was successful in it, and I was, again, I lost, but held him to 12 points. Is that you have to kind of disguise what you're doing defense a lot, um, and you can, he is beat. I think he is beatable. It just again, you have to be on a different level yourself offensively. You have to be able to see what he's coming out in to know what's going to beat it. Like Bears and Bengals to me would be a very good matchup, Super Bowl or not, as well as. Uh, to be honest, that's actually the offense I would want to see most against it, just to kind of see how that game would play out. Because I think if you have a really good offense and can go touchdown for touchdown, you could beat George. That's just what it comes down to.
Well, right, and that's the thing is like we played week 16, and like after my wild card, like destroying defeat, I was like, what the fuck? I just threw 400 yards on this defense. Like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And I was shook. I was like, I wasn't even mad. I was like, God, fucking dude, what? All right. And after that, I was like, you guys are in trouble.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell. Some people don't want to believe it. Some people that have kind of fought back on me against this, but I firmly believe that George has the ability that when he wants to, when he gets it in his mind that he's going to win the game, he could turn it on and is the best player in the league by far. But there's sometimes, sometimes I think some apathy comes in. Sometimes, depending where we are in the cycle, I think especially when he clinched really early last year. So I think that's one of the reasons why he was getting beat up a lot at the end of the season because again, like there's really no reason to play. He's just probably fucking around trying some things.
Right. So, I mean, I appreciate that for letting me get in the playoffs, but then fucking destroying me in the playoffs hurt my ego, George. I mean, I wasn't happy. That sucked. Playoff loss is a playoff loss, but when it's over at halftime,
oof.
Might as well just let it.
Takes the wind out of you.
Might as well just let it be simmed, right? But it's okay because in Jacksonville we moved on. We no longer have Blake Bortles on our team. That's a fucking blessing. I expect him to be starting halfway through the season for Houston, which will also be a blessing. And I mean, we're going strong with Nate. We got our offense. We got our running backs. Got a bunch of late round picks. Nothing early. No first. No second. So we'll see. We'll see where we go from where we're currently at.
Why don't we go round the table? Let's all put our expectations on what we think we're going to end up on the year, record wise, and whether or not. So the first up, what you think, man? How you think it's going to fare when it's all said and done?
This is without seeing schedule. This is just random guess.
I definitely foresee. I think Bears will probably win the division again. I think Vikings get into the playoffs. And I think me and Brad do our little tipsy toe battle until week 17, and that's a coin flip whoever wins it.
Don't be sleeping on Packers either, man. I think he's gonna make a strong push and really compete in the division.
I believe it. I can see it. If he's another one. If he wakes up and if he plays, if he wants to go out and win, 9 out of 10 times he's probably going to get that win.
He definitely gives me a run for my money, man. He's good. He can play.
Yeah, I think it's a mentality thing. And you can't always be 100% committed. So it happens. You get 4 or 5 games in, that's like a 2-week stretch where you can't be 100% committed to Madden, and you're 0-5, and then it's like, well, I'm not gonna just fucking just tank it out, but I mean, you're not gonna give it all every game. You just play, you go through the motions, and that's just kind of being a part of these leagues, especially when it gets later in the cycle. So hopefully he does rebound. I think he said he got moved. He moved in. He was getting moved in with his girl or something. So yeah, I expect him to be back and competing. My picks. I actually think. I think the Bears will win the division again. I think the Vikings will miss the playoffs again with 10 wins again. The NFC is insane. The Giants are back. The Cowboys just got better. I mean, the Eagles have won 10 to 12 games every year, 3 years. The Bucks and the Panthers. Where are the Vikings gonna fit? I mean, they won 10 games this year. Unless they unseat you, I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs again, unfortunately, because there's just no room, which is nuts.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna win the division overall. Fucking destroy.
That's my hot take. No Cowboys. Giants will win the division. Vikings will get a wild card. Cowboys don't make the playoffs.
Only make the playoffs. Okay. What about the Eagles?
They might be it might be Giants, Eagles from that division, and then Vikings, Bears. Right? Can that work out mathematically? Yeah, that could work.
Cowboys did sign Matthew Stafford as well.
Yeah, Matt Dak, huh?
Little insurance plan.
The Matt and Dak attack. I don't know. He might be the starter. Is Dak? I don't know. Is Dak any good?
I know he's been wanting to move on from Dak. He put him on the block a few times. So yeah, I wouldn't doubt if Stafford starts week 1.
I think that throw power kind of pushes it into.
We know loves.
Yeah, he wants to chuck the ball. Let's see.
Who's this Tim Boyle you signed?
Tim Boyle is Packers backup or their third string in real life. I don't know. He's just a guy.
What's his arm look like?
I think he's like 91.
All right.
Yeah.
Can work with that.
I mean, it's cheap. I hope to God I don't have to use him, but if I do, I do. I mean, and the draft is deep. If one falls again, I will definitely scoop another one in the 3rd round like I did with Denman. Can you update Daddy's League? Does it update in the offseason at all?
It's very shoddy. So I've noticed like sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. The rosters usually don't reflect perfect changes. So yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. My team is not going in the right direction. I don't feel.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not happy with where my team is.
And what?
Go ahead.
In what way?
I just feel like my defense is turning over, getting older. The guys I wanted to progress and be able to step in. I think my window is this season, and if I don't win this season, I'm not going to win again. So, which sucks big time. That's just I don't know why that feeling. That's just a feeling I've had going through the past couple days of free agency. Maybe it's just a couple days off, not playing with my team. But it's just I just feel like other teams are getting better. Not even necessarily in the AFC. I may still compete in the AFC, but winning in the AFC doesn't fucking matter. I mean, I want to win, the same win everybody wants to win. But How do you feel like your team's progressing, Sean? I mean, you've signed old linemen year after year. I mean, legitimately, like
I know.
if we're looking at legitimate progression of your team, I mean, you got a linebacker that won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Did he win Defensive Rookie of the Year?
Yes, sir, he did.
Surprising. It's because I didn't have a good one.
Yeah. Look, it's it's not a lot of people like to ditch the old guys. I get it because they're going to regress and all that. Look, I get it, right? But uh, last season, Calais Campbell, 12 sacks for me in a new scheme too. Switched from a 3-4 to 4-3 after Rakpo retired. It worked.
I mean,
Brockers worked. I mean, Brockers stepped up huge in the playoffs too. Look, Rashawn Evans, the linebacking core is young. Got Rashawn Evans, who's going to be a 90 overall this year. On the other side, have my rookie from last season, who's going to be a 90 overall plus this year.
Good,
Both in the early 20. Dory Jackson is still 25, who's I believe he is the number 2 or 3 if rated corner in the league, right behind Ramsey and Lattimore. Bayard's young. Look, there's a lot of age in a lot of places, but at the same time, everyone that's locked up on the important, the entire offense, Corey Davis, Taywan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Mariota, they're all under 27. So yeah, the D line is old, but they're still very good. They've got a lot in the tank. Like I said, no joke. I looked at it, and it's what made me pull the trigger, man. Cam Jordan. Every single season, he's had more sacks than the previous season. So if he's regressing, it's not showing. And I think in my system, especially, I think he's going to show out. Man. So,
well, I mean, with 5 of them, if one of them breaks a hip, it's not that big of a deal.
It's not a big deal at all, brother.
You can get away with older linemen too, defensive linemen. It's not as much of a deal breaker.
Yeah, exactly. The only issue is too is I unfortunately mortgaged away my draft for this season and next season. I really made a hard push to get to the Super Bowl last year doing that. But at the same time, I'm comfortable with who I have, and at this point in the cycle, I'm cool with it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I did the same as well. I'm not even sure. I don't even remember what I traded my first this year for, which is kind of disappointing, but it is what it is.
And I think the three of us can say, because I think we're all in that same tier for the most part. We're all very equal. Is that, especially at this point in the cycle, when it comes down to it, the only thing that's preventing either one of us from getting to the Super Bowl or winning a Super Bowl is just a couple of decisions made here or there, usually on, as a quarterback. I think so. Right now, I think all of our teams are pretty healthy, and as users, I think we've got everything we need. So I think at this point in the cycle, it's not necessarily such a big, okay, I got to get the team building going, got to make sure everything's good. I think it's like, we've done that the first few seasons. We've laid our groundwork, and now it just comes down to making the right decisions. Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that's with me. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I went the wrong way, but I don't feel like it matters as much. But I just don't feel like my team is. I don't know. I think it might just be my head. My team is fine. I just my head right now. My last game with the team, I got my ass kicked. So it's kind of a fucked up feeling, and I'm just like, I don't know. I think maybe the quarterback situation. Unsure of a backup plan. We'll see with the draft. Just real sketched out. I think I'm probably gonna have a bad season. It's not a good feeling. I mean, I don't know.
Feel it coming, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I may not, but current feeling, not good. But I'm still gonna beat Sean twice.
We'll see. Hey, actually, you know what? If you would have
4 wins,
then you probably would have won the AFC Championship, but you didn't. So it's all good, man. Hey, we're trying every year, bro. We're trying.
You cut out, so it's probably irrelevant. It's all right.
Every year. Hey, man. See, I think that's a little. I'm glad you bring that up, man. I'm glad you opened the window for me to sneak through right now. I think that's something that needs to be maybe changed. The mentality needs to be changed. I think obviously, yes, obviously, winning the Super Bowl, especially winning the Super Bowl is the big, that's entirely a different echelon. You're above everyone else. That's something to look at. And everyone else in the league looks up at that. But there's a lot to be said with the competitive, and you put aside which AFC, NFC, which one's better. It's a very competitive league. There are a lot of divisions that are very,
Oh,
very competitive. And I think winning a division and making playoffs. If you look at the Chargers, I think he made the playoffs for the first time this year. I think that is something that needs a little more of recognition.
right. Well, and that's kind of what I said with the banners. I don't know if you saw that earlier in chat. A lot of leagues I'm seeing have Super Bowl banners on their daddy's league. That's really cool because you get that recognition all the time. And then, you remember the other stuff more because you're like, damn, that was the playoffs that I lost in the AFC Championship game, or that was the first time I ever made the playoffs, or, that's like walking into your high school gym and you see, 2004 for me, state champions. It's like, yeah, I remember that shit.
One thing
It's a good
I've been
idea.
thinking of pushing for, I've been thinking of this during mostly the end of this past season and the playoffs. And one thing I might bring up a little bit more in the necessary chats is having something. We have people who are interested in doing media, and we've got some people right now who are working on various things that will be coming out soon. But one thing that hasn't been working on, and I think that can give to, especially like you look at a team like the Browns, who usually, and June's one of the best members to ever have in the league. He zero problems, plays every one of his game. Most of the time, he does not make the playoffs. So 2 seasons ago, he made the playoffs 11-5, and that's something to me that I think again, like at the end of the season, for some of these guys who like making the magazines or making the cool little fucking Pro Bowl rosters, whatever. That's something where we can make our own banners, like you said. Super Bowl banner goes on Daddy Leagues, absolutely. But we could make like individual something that the fucking game itself should do. At the end of the season, if you win, if you make the playoffs, a fucking text thing should pop up saying congratulations, your team made the playoffs. Shows you some statistics that you have. We should do that. We should have our media guys doing that. So if you, again, like I said, the Browns fucking wins his division, goes to the playoffs, which is something that doesn't happen often. Chargers did it this year. It'd be cool for those guys to get a little fucking something like, you put in the main chat, here's your fucking
User
stats
of the
from
year
the year.
Right.
bonus.
It's small, but I think it helps with morale, especially late in the cycle. Once the Super Bowl is over, user retention is going to go downhill. It's going to be like 15, 20 guys playing, and then after that, it's going to go down to 10, once we get into the spring and summer and shit. So I think that's something to kind of keep people reaching for something.
For sure. Well, and that's, like Mikey was doing with the highlight videos are awesome. But like I said to him, going in and having to clip them yourself, if you don't get the link sent, that shit is tedious and it ain't worth it. It's cool and they're fucking awesome. But it's a lot of work. And to just, to hear a couple guys, and I know you guys appreciate the shit when you do it. But to be like, yeah, cool, good job. It's like, well, yeah, I know it's cool and it was a good job, but it took me fucking 6 hours and damn it. If people, you need extra, and I think we do have a really good program, but we're all going to be here the whole way, through, unless something drastic were to happen again where someone quits. But they're going to be back. We've been through multiple madness together, and I don't expect that to stop. So it's getting deep into the cycle, just keeping up the activity. But we're what? This is fourth or fifth season? This will be four.
This will be our
Fourth thing.
And we're still going strong. I don't think after the Super Bowl to go down to 10 people playing. I think we got 10 people that could potentially win the Super Bowl next year. Probably.
No, I think after the Super Bowl, I think the months after that, I think we will go down to about 20 people, like consistent, active people, and I think it's going to drip from there. But that's just me. I'm a pessimist.
Maybe. I think we just added a new Chiefs guy who could potentially win that division. Paul always plays his games, even though he's not potentially winning games. Billy is Billy. His CPU is good. So we're good there. Bills CPU are good. They could probably win the division if Mikey's not got his head in it. I think Billy's CPU will win that division next year.
Okay, well.
Oh, man. So what do you think? Well, okay. Far too early. We're going to have this thing with far too early season 4 Super Bowl predictions.
Ooh. Okay.
You can pick. Okay, we're going to pick AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game, and then who wins and who wins Super Bowl.
I'm not going first.
I'll go first. Okay, so we'll go with the NFC Championship game first. I think it's going to be Giants versus the Bucs.
Okay.
With the Giants winning.
Oh, wow.
In the
Definitely.
AFC, it's going to be man, I don't want to pick any of you fuckers. In the AFC, it's going to be Titans versus Texans.
That would be exciting, man. I know Brad and I both would get a kick out of that until actually.
I mean, it'd be great. I just one of you's got to break through. One of you has to. I'm gonna pick you. But then you're gonna lose to the Giants in the Super Bowl.
That's fine.
That's my picks.
Man, both.
I'm gonna write these down.
All I have to do is get past George. He's prevented me from advancing in the playoffs each year.
All right, let's hear him.
NFC Championship. I'm gonna go. I know I'm gonna put the Bears in there. I think I'm gonna go Bears Giants. I think that the Buccaneers will lose the week before to the Giants or Bears, and setting up the Bears Giants championship game. AFC Championship. I'm going to say, and I'm not going to pick me just for obviously for reasons. I'm going to say if I don't make it, I would like to see Texans. For the championship, I'd like to see Texans Patriots. That was a really good battle. I'd like to see the stakes even higher on that game for a trip to the Super Bowl. Dude, that could the whole league might blow up with that one with last time. So,
right?
I would like to see that. If I don't make it, I'd like to see that game again with higher stakes. And Super Bowl, I would put. I'm gonna say Texans Bears just for be a wild little shit talking experience.
That would be pretty epic. Wild. I think it's gonna be tough for me. I got some
with who winning the Super Bowl. So.
Oh, who wins? I would say, yeah, I would say Bears in that scenario just because, no reasons necessary. I think Bears would win.
No, I mean, it's because you don't want to pick Brad because he's just
Brad's come a long way. When we actually started this cycle, I did not take him seriously whatsoever, and I was pretty sure I was just going to mop the floor with him. I'd like to say I have, he's been a competitor, man, and it's been really fun playing alongside him. But with that said, I do think that I think the Bears would edge that one out.
I agree. 100%. Brad plays me tough every damn time. It's annoying. I want to just destroy him every time, but I can't.
Yeah, he's a tough motherfucker. He's very resilient. Like even though he's bitching the whole time, sometimes he'll bitch too. And I'll pull up a game and he's like up like 21-4. So I'm like, what the hell's going on, dude? But he sticks with it, dude. He's sick.
All right, we gave you a little bit of time. What you got for your picks, sir? You can go AFC first if you want, since you're NFC.
Man. I'm actually going to go with I think the Colts are going to surprise some people. And I see them playing I'm going to go with Bengals. And I think Bengals advance to the Super Bowl.
Because they're the RCFM Bills.
NFC, I'm having a tough time.
Tough.
You got the Giants, you got the Cowboys, you got the Panthers, and you got Tampa Bay. And I think I'm going to go with what you said, Burke. I think it's going to be Giants and Bucks, and I think that's going to be the ultimate showdown. I think Giants might take it. It's going to be Giants and the Bengals in the Super Bowl, and honestly, I don't think anyone's going to stop them.
You think Saquon?
Man, he's scary good.
It's
tough to bring down.
I mean, I can't disagree with that. I mean, I picked him too. I mean, I think he was somebody that wasn't here. Shit, look what his. I mean, how many games did he actually play this year? And he went 10-6. I mean, that shows your team is not trash. So Saquon won an MVP. This guy wasn't really here last season. I think he's definitely somebody we need to worry about coming back. But it should be interesting. The NFC, I think, is going to be fun to watch all year. If I was in the NFC, I wouldn't want to lose a game because I'm pretty sure
every game matters.
Every fucking game is going to matter.
Yep.
It is a long, stressful fucking season, isn't it? It's just one season at a time, set with 16 games, man. 2-day advance, it gets to be a grind. I think the one thing we could take away from it, though, is we all agree that the Giants will at least be in the championship game. So that should be exciting.
Easily. Yeah.
I think that's gonna. I mean, if he's not, that might be a disappointment. I hope we're not setting the bar too high for him.
It is something, though. It is very back and like every season we've seen it. Teams that shouldn't beat certain teams do, and I think, especially when you have if you don't play a team, if someone that's outside your division, even outside your conference, like just for an example, like a team like Bears and I, or even Bears Jacks, like the AFC South has only played him once this whole cycle. So you can't. It's hard to look back and be like, oh, he beat me that one year, but he's the better user. It's more of you only play once in 3 or 4 seasons, and it's very hard. So I think there's, as much as I do agree that the Giants can very easily take it all the way. Like it's any given Sunday shit, and that's what I love about this league.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, I think just looking back at these playoffs, I think there's some games that people are like, damn, that's not the way I thought. Truthfully, I thought Jordan was going to work you like he worked me. I didn't expect him to only score 12 points on you. But that's not what happened.
Anyone and everyone is beatable. You just got to kind of figure out their tendencies, and you got to kind of disguise what you're going to do and just keep at it.
I mean, other than the Bucks this last year, it looks, yeah. I mean, I hope I get to play him again, but I'm not going to be able to unless it's in the Super Bowl. So, should be interesting. I think going forward, the next two seasons will really show who's the real. I think if we get enough people that actually, everybody that's a good contender actually gives their all, it could be really interesting and really competitive.
I agree.
But we've been on this shit for about an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and end that on that. And, I mean, we'll be back next week. We want more people to join, give more opinions, guys. We could change up times. I'm free whenever. So anybody listening, if you want to join, come on. We're not mean, other than Sean.
Hey, well, good luck to you, boys. Can't wait to like to see what the season has in store. I'm
For
not a
sure. I
fan of
hope it's a
mid-season
week
season.
one.
Guys.
Till next time.
Later,
Till
boys.
next time.